was actually a wasp nest. I didn't push it off, it just fell off eventually. Now that's what's left there. So, you know, I let the environment work. And they've cracked, so I've left them out in the environment to give them that sort of sense of this region to kind of weather them in. There was no real plan. I let the environment work into it rather than having a set plan, which I actually sort of did at the beginning. I got the fibre. The art process is to allow the environment to, you know, etch its way in there. So I'll have them sitting outside. So for example, this one here has been sitting around and it's got this wasp nest here. So if I want to give it some more rigidity, I would be using these sort of steel bars through the metal wire. And that then allows an extra build-up of clay without it just, you know, being too flexible there. So I wanted to create a bit of rigidity. And then once I've got that rigidity, I can keep adding onto it, like marble here. Basically a slow process, but strangely rewarding because, you know, you're able to sort of knee it in there and create these different sort of shapes, I suppose. Air dry clay, coloured clay, not the other clay that's air dried, but it's just when I'm doing a demonstration, it's just well, not adhering as easy as well as the different parties. The cracked earth was part of this theme, and also to do with the mountain ranges. And the hollowness is to do probably just with the way, you know, human population, but it has a lot of, you know, folds and life forms in themselves. So that's the whole rim area too. So it's not negate. Placed a few designs on the outside, and they're there just basically, I wasn't sure, it was an intuitive thing, like lots of the, you know, constructions that I create here. Being drawn to, you know, the hollow wood and the narrative around that. Of the early 20th century, the Weimar period, you had these schools that propped the nation state up, you know, like the Russian constructivists. Travelled through India in 2017, and then I began this and continued, you know, this sort of line of accumulation since then. When I went to Southeast Asia, I was accumulating some crafts and then placing them into these pieces. Like I got these miniature guitars. Some of the history is embedded in there, and I might have them actually recorded because I've had various iterations. carved out some lino cut and I worked that into a train. Mixed media sort of practices, that media doesn't really mix, and sometimes it mixes in ways that you know, I'll have it sitting there and I'll go, no. Here is the ink that I can use to sort of put onto things. This is an orange ink, and it's an orange putty. Oh, this is working quite well. So some of these don't adhere. This is adhering. I'm very happy with the way it's adhering. So yeah, I'm kind of messing around. The intrinsic value of nature, and that's what I'm sort of looking at too. How do I integrate the intrinsic value? Fits more with the notion of the peripheral artist, sometimes also known as outsider artist. Goes by various sort of prototypes. System of thinking, and when a work falls outside of a system, then it becomes the infinite in the artistic realm is to keep adding, because there's an infinite amount of additional bits you could put to any painting, like Theaetetus' ship is why I do this, but you know, I do it, and that's sort of then idiosyncratic. Now, if an AI does it, well, why isn't that? And that's not a human, that's something quite different. Yet it exhibits these sort of traits which I have this free will, supposedly, but it's constrained freedom. But that freedom will be taken away, in theory, once machines start. And now we've got rational machines. So and that's what makes it sort of interesting for me, that you know, I could be just reading, but doing this gives a sense that that's sort of part of the process. Process art. Now, this is the ink, so I've decided to paint it on. It's a train. Yes, the train. Okay, hello. It's a slow train.